Welcome back.
All right, this is episode 94.
Episode 94.
Okay, we're back together and we're here and we want to talk about something very, very important today.
Very important. So, if you travel with children, you've probably addressed this question often when planning your trip of, what do I bring? A stroller or no stroller?
Do I rent it? Is it going to get stolen? Where will it be? How will I find it? I mean, there are so many questions. Should I leave my bag inside the stroller?
Should you take it with you?
Are they going to steal it? These questions were ones that, like, our first trip with Libby, I was going nuts. And I was like, okay, I was on all the sites trying to find some answers. And to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot of answers. Well, this week when we were looking at different pages and, you know, Disney pages and groups and stuff, we were looking, and a question that just kept coming up over and over again is about strollers.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to address it and give you guys some information since there's not a lot of good stuff out there.
And since we're planning for our trip, this is the first time we will need a stroller, you know, kind of taking some advice and cues from Leanne on what I should do.
So we've taken a stroller and we've taken, did we have the double stroller last time? We just had, no.
You made Libby walk, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, because Mom had her little,
Yeah.
And so Libby sat on Mom's lap most of the time.
Yeah.
But, so we just had the little stroller. Well, this time we're taking a double
3 kids
stroller.
going. Oh,
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the double
Oh,
stroller.
yeah, because it's
Right,
like a
two
sit and
children.
stand.
Yeah, sit and stand. And then our old stroller we gave to Mandy. So they're taking that stroller, which is a little bitty one. So a couple of things that I know for sure that we're going to need to do is that my sit and stand does not have an umbrella type canopy on it. So that is something definitely we have to get because Florida sun is
hot.
brutal.
Yeah.
So especially when those babies fall asleep and you're off on a ride and, you know, one of us is standing back with the kids and they're asleep or something, you know, you want them to be comfortable. So we definitely need to make sure that you have that in working order. So the elements are something that you need to look at. But first off, you got to decide, are you going to take your stroller or are you going to rent one?
Yeah, renting one is definitely a good option. If you're flying, you can rent one. If you're driving, chances are you'll just pack it up in your car. But you do have a couple options if you want to just rent one while you are at the parks.
So you have the standard ones at Disney. So you have the ones that everybody sees. They've got, I think they're just
like beige.
Are they like a double? I don't know.
They have single ones.
Oh, so they have single and double, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, the prices are about $15 a day. Yeah, $15 a day for a single.
$31 for a double.
Okay, so that's really not that bad.
No.
I was kind of surprised when we looked up the prices of it because I kind of thought, I don't know, in my head I thought it was more like $30 a day for one.
But no, that's not that bad. When you're talking $15, say you decide not to bring a stroller and midday you're like, crap, I really, really should have brought a stroller. Or even like an hour into it, you're like, okay, I want to get a stroller. Then you have that option and you can just go up to the stroller rental area and...
That's at the front of the park.
Yeah.
So you'll have to go back up to the main, down Main Street and go there. But I think that is a good thing to do. Now, if you have little ones, I would not get those because they're maybe for older, you know, Libby would do great. She's 3. She would be good in those because she can jump in and out of that.
Gabby might even be okay in them now.
I feel like Gabby would jump out and get ran over.
Well, you strap them in.
Well, but I feel like she's squirrely and she would just go.
She might.
She's quick too. Yeah, but but you can also order before you get there. You can order from like Kingdom Strollers. There's a plethora of places to go.
Ooh, good word.
Yes, I tried. And they have, and they're not the plastic card things that you get at Disney.
Yeah.
They are actually the ones that you would buy for yourself at home, like the city. Gosh, I can't remember.
Like the Graco, whatever.
No, that's
stroller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so they have those. Now, what we looked at a couple of places was like 3 days for $45. So it's about the cost of what, but you get such a nicer one. And I even saw that you can rent it up to like 3 weeks. So if you're coming from overseas, definitely you don't want to bring your stroller. I mean, that's something I feel like you should rent here, and it'd be a better deal. So price wise, of course it's better to bring your own because your kids know it, and I think it's easier. But I think that price wise, it's about even.
Yeah.
It just depends on if your kid really needs something a little bit more comfortable for them, or if you want to plan ahead, I think that you can rent from one of those
I don't
places.
think the Disney ones are too uncomfortable from what I remember them looking like and being like. They're just not, there's no frills.
Okay, so we'll stick one up here and we'll see, because I don't remember.
So another issue about strollers is where the heck did I park my stroller?
Yes.
I know I left it here somewhere. How can I find it?
So this is a twofold issue.
Twofold.
One, cast members are amazing. We love you.
Yes, we do.
But it makes us very, very angry when you move our stroller.
Which I think is a little unfair to the cast members, because the reason why they're moving those strollers.
She hasn't been here with the baby.
The reason why they remove the strollers is because some other not watching, paying attention father or mother has put the stroller in a weird position so that people can't get around it. That might be their way of, I'm going to put it crooked right here, like how people park in parking garages. Like they took 2 spots to make sure that nobody touches theirs.
Right.
Some people just park stupid, park their strollers in weird ways, and they need to have as much space available as possible. So the cast members will move strollers around to get more strollers in, to make sure they can accommodate all the guests.
Okay, so they're moving around. It's hard to find. So that's why it's really, really important that you go and you identify your stroller with something. So I think last year before last, whatever, one of these times, we were like determined. We are going to put something bright on there. So I think we had like this big fat ribbon that we tied to it. It totally didn't work. It was not good at all. We still got confused and got lost, and I don't know. So putting something really, really bright on there.
Yeah.
And some people put balloons.
Which I've seen a lot of the balloons, so I'm not sure that would be the best idea. She hates balloons, so she really doesn't want to.
I am not a big fan of it, but because I think it'll be a pain all day long. Like just have one more thing that you have to worry about. I guess it's because I have 2 children that are very young, so I don't want one more thing that I have to worry about.
Yeah.
So find something bright, colorful, and I even thought, this is my sippy cup that nobody else is gonna have. No, that didn't work either.
Yeah. If you guys have suggestions of that stuff or things that you've tried, write in the comments below. Let us know what you think.
So
we're looking for suggestions for our trip.
Right. So this time, with what we're going, we'll take something. But one of the concerns that I had was, can I leave my diaper bag in the cart?
Yeah,
in the
scary.
buggy? I mean, should I put it in there? If we have food and drinks in there, is it going to be safe? Is it going to be, it was absolutely fine. Now, there are people that probably come and take things and steal things and probably steal strollers, because locking your stroller is another question that lots of people have had.
Yeah.
And I heard the best comment about it. Somebody said, they go, people spend hundreds of dollars to come to Disney. They're not going to try to steal your stroller.
That's actually the thought that was going through my head. Yeah.
Most people that are there for a good time. Now, if you're going to put your very expensive camera laying loose and open inside the underneath of your buggy,
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Probably not a good idea. Now, when we went, we just kept diapers and formula bottles, food, poncho, our necessities of stuff. All of our IDs, credit cards, money,
keep that on your
cameras, phones. All of that was on us.
Yeah.
Or on a bag that we took with us.
Yeah.
So it was never in there. It was never. If they stole it, they stole my diapers. They stole my diaper
Things
bag.
you can replace easily.
Yes.
Even at the parks.
Now, one year we did learn a lesson that we were at Animal Kingdom, and it started pouring down rain. It was the worst rain. Like usually, it kind of rains a little bit, and
You
then
can wait it out.
You can wait it out. This time was horrible.
Yeah.
And we had seen those like plastic things that go over strollers.
Oh, so gonna get that.
And we were like, okay, that we should get one of those. Well, of course, we never did. And for some reason that day, I think the ponchos were in Nick's bag, and Nick left it in the condo. Whatever.
Yeah.
All I know is that we didn't have any ponchos. We ended up buying some umbrellas. But by the time that we were done, the underneath where the diaper bag was soaked.
Oh yeah. Diapers were soaked.
Diapers were soaked.
It was horrible.
So we ended up leaving the park because all the stuff that we had prepared was completely soaked. So it's a really good idea to plan for those elements for your
it's
stroller
Florida.
too.
It's gonna rain. 90% chance you're gonna have a shower or two. And if you want to keep going, grab a little poncho thing for the stroller.
I mean, I don't think they're that much,
I
but
don't know.
you probably buy it on Amazon cheap. But
Yeah.
less than $20 probably.
I love it.
Something like that. But those are some ideas that we thought of to do. People mentioned buying a lock.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bike lock, so you. But I just think it's silly.
Yeah, I don't think I think that's a waste. It's gonna be more trouble than it's worth. Remember where you parked your stroller. I know that some of the stroller parking is extremely inconvenient.
Yeah.
It is not near the front of the rides, but that's because there's so many people there with strollers and carts that they need to park. So watch where you do it. Kind of plan ahead. Don't plan to get your stroller after each ride, because like the one that's for Small World and Peter Pan is like down by the Rapunzel bathrooms. It's really kind of a little jog there.
Yeah.
It's just not convenient. I know at the carousel is the one.
Kind of weird.
It's a real weird. It's kind of just like out in the middle of everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of yours for Fairy Tale and for
Now they've done some construction since
Almost.
we've been there, so
True.
it might be better. I'm interested to see around the Magic Kingdom with the new hub.
yeah.
Magic Kingdom, yeah. Around the castle with the new hub, if it's more stroller parking, if there's more convenient places to put them.
Right.
That could be very difficult. Strollers during the fireworks. Navigating, sometimes it's best to park your stroller and just carry your kid, sit comfortable somewhere.
Right. And I think that's going to be our last tip today is that when you make sure you use stroller etiquette, use general etiquette. Don't ram people's foot. People are not, especially if they don't have children, they're not going to be cautious of you being around. And so be real careful, because that can make for a very frustrating day, because people dart in front of your stroller and then you run over their toe, and then they get mad at you and are nasty and ugly and aren't just very magical, and
Stroller etiquette is
then it
very
makes you
important.
mad. So just have that stroller etiquette. Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
I know with our double stroller, I have to be extra. I have to watch more because it's longer. So than we did with the single. So.
Alrighty, I think that is all for now.
Yeah.
So we will talk to you guys later. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below all your fun stroller facts.
Yeah. And
Have a magical day.